Yo, what's up my buddies? This is an episode of On the Bench with Pete. In this episode I'm going to be concentrating on my Land Raider. I'm just going to be doing some Seraphim Sepia in all the crevices and making it look a bit dirty and that kind of thing. I may well switch to other stuff out of, I don't know, lack of concentration or whatever. I may just need a break from it, you know, that kind of thing. I've got Cadians to do as well. I've got a Necron Spider to do. I've got a Space Marine Captain to do. So it's all good stuff. I've got loads of stuff to do. Anyway, let's rid our worlds of unpainted models and get to it. So, as you can see, I'm at a slightly different camera angle again today. I'm back to this one because I just felt like it. I'm looking at my other tank to see what colour gold. I think I did Balthazar gold on the gold bits on it. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Anyway, pop that one back. So if I feel like doing the gold on them, that is what I will do, probably. Well, I've also got this Necron gun to do, to go on my Orc Bomber, because they've orcified it. and they've looted bits and pieces from Necrons, and yeah, they've got this bomber. More about that in another video, I think. So today, Land Raider, and oh, I just see a bit where I had a bit of an accident earlier on. You see, my tripod. I was trying to get a lead off my HDMI lead from my monitor to my camera, and it kind of had an accident. Fell down, the whole tripod and everything fell down, and I broke a couple of I broke a gargoyle model, the stand anyway, and just that little turrety bit there, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I've glued it. I shouldn't be handling it too much, so I think we're in okay shape here. So I'm just putting some more of this Seraphim Sepia on here, like so. Right. Right, okay. These washes don't half dry quickly on the lids, so I'm just catching all the rivets if I can at the moment. And if you can hear, I don't know if you can hear, it's absolutely pouring down with rain outside tonight, and it is 9:30 in the evening, so it's pitch black outside at the moment, and it's pouring down with rain. So, not impressed with the weather at all. So it's like, yeah, yucky. That's all I can hear. The relentless rain. It's like incessant. Come on, man. I think we're in the winter now. We've had our summer, don't you? Anyway, last episode, the main question I was asking you guys was, what do you prefer to play, good guys or bad guys? That was my main question to you. I remember it. So we'll come to those answers soon enough. But yeah, I can't get over that rain, man. I don't know if you can hear it. have a listen back on the video after to see if I can hear it. I was hoping to see if there's any more videos up from you guys at the moment, but there's not at the moment. But I'm sure that'll change. So as you know, I did the I Am a Wargamer thing, so I was pleased to be able to do that. That was nice. Get that one in there. So yeah, so I gave my thoughts on the questions, but I'm looking forward to hearing even more answers from you guys. Those of you that get nominated. So I'm quite interested in the whole YouTube thing. Right. This, what I'm doing here on this Land Rover, it's so tedious. So tedious. But I want to do it, you know, because I can tidy up with more Xandri dust and Shabty bone and that later on. My dehumidifier's kicked in. So that's even more noise for you guys, so sorry about that. But that's what that noise is. Dehumidifier. I was going to pick this Land Raider up. Yeah, this is going to be a Land Raider that's seen a lot of battle, I think. Or it's been in use for a long time without service or something, you know, whatever they do. You know, invoke the machine spirits and all that sort of stuff. So come to one of the comments in a moment. Just doing some rivets here. Right. It's a laborious task, this, I've got to say. It really is. Oh man, it's so boring. Wow, my dehumidifier's turned itself off. So it couldn't have been that humid. Yeah. Right, so let's get to the first one. Oh, it's come back on again. Must be at the borderline. First one is from Idic Beer. It says, great vid, bud. This is a weird one for me. I always grew up liking the good side of movies and games, but when it comes to 40k, I actually like the baddies as such. I think you're right. They are more interesting, and it's nice to be different and have unusual rules. Yes, that's kind of my mindset as well. Although to be honest, I mean I like both, but the bad guys always seem to be more interesting. Don't you think? I think so. Just how it seems to be to me. And although when you think about the Imperium and Space Marines and the Emperor and all that kind of stuff, sometimes I think it gets a bit cloudy as to who's good and who's bad. I mean, is the Imperium of Man, is it really good? I'm not so sure. They don't seem to like imposing their will on other races. Death Watch certainly got no time for aliens, have they? So don't know why I'm finding it a bit harder to. Do you know, I did an episode earlier on, but it didn't. I wasn't happy with it halfway through. I thought I decided to pull the plug. I was like, no, this is no good. Yeah, I was able to talk for England on that one. Funny, isn't it? Different times. Mind you, it wasn't raining then, and I was feeling a bit more optimistic. Not that I'm feeling down or anything. Don't get that impression. But yeah, I don't want you thinking that, because that's not true. God, there's so many lines and rivets. I think I missed the rivet there. Not now. Anyway, we want to crew on Silicus because all he says is nice vid peak, so that's a quick one to get through. Thank you for the comment. And I just noticed today that my On the Bench series, I like to look back at my last 10 videos to get an idea of the analytics. Actually had, for the first time ever in the last 10 days, more views than the P&Q. First time ever that's ever happened, so perhaps it's gaining in popularity, I don't know. It's only by one view, but hey. It's never come close before. It says something. Which says to me, people are getting to know that I do these paint-along videos. And they're as much for me as they are for you. I've got to be honest about that. Because they help me out no end. No end. I shall obviously have to go back and tidy all this up later on. So I say Seraphim Sepia, whatever, you know. I say sepia, you say sepia. Or whatever. So I've never known a model with so many rivets on. I suppose orc stuff can come close to this. Say orc stuff up, isn't it? Make it look looted. Put a load of rivets on it. If it's just like straightforward plastic card, put some rivets on it. That's one way. Yeah. Okay. Still more rivets to do. And on the sides. I also was thinking I've got my Promethean relay pipes I can be doing as well if I get fed up with this. But we're ticking by steadily, slowly but surely. And I've got a feeling it's going to be one of those models where I'll be doing rivets like for a long time on it. I'll be doing something else at some point and I'll say, oh, rivet. Missed that one. Yeah. That's what I think anyway. Okay, alright, I think. Okay. put some sepia around the eagle bit here. I'm going to be doing them in gold later on. This is going to force me to do something else for a while, which I'm okay with, surprisingly enough. Right, so that is that. Alright, so he needs to go away and dry. I'm going to pop him to one side. Now, what can I do next? Close the lid down on this for a start. I don't want to spill it, but I had visions then, like knocking it over. If I didn't pay any attention to what time I would say I started at 9:30. Did I say it was? Yeah. So we'll say it was 9:30. I don't know. Now, do I work on more Fate of Fame stuff? Because I've got everything I need for Fate of Fame now. I could do that after because I want to airbrush that, and I don't want to be putting airbrushes on the bench. I'm going to make him a Blood Angels captain. So, what I need, my fist on red. Anyway, let's go to Ralph Astley, his comment. He said, regarding my question, good question that has really made me think. I play mainly historical games and believe a lot of the issues that have been fought over are still relevant today. If I had been alive at particular times in history, I know which side I would have supported, but on the tabletop when playing games in miniatures, I find I don't have a problem taking either side. It's a game after all, and not a rerun of the real thing. On the other hand, if I have a figure or a unit that I have done in a particularly good paint job on, then I really want that figure or unit to do well, and I have to hide my upset if they are taken off the table. Well, I can understand that, totally. After all, you've spent a lot of time and effort on them, only to get them wiped out. It's not fun. So I would understand your upset at that. Yes, I totally understand. Well, I'm just filling my stone red down a bit. There we go. Got way too much on there, but hey. Okay, now I'll use this brush. New brush. Winsor & Newton. Size 1. Yeah, series 233. These are the synthetic ones. These are really good actually. So I'm going to start with his shoulder pad here. So I want him to be a Blood Angels captain. Yes, I do. I haven't done any Blood Angels for a long time, so it'd be good to give them. I mean, they've got, they've got Mephiston. Well, this way I can make just a regular captain. So Mephiston can lead them, yes, but I might not want him to. Or I might want the points for something else, who knows. Right. Yeah, there's actually not a lot of red on this model when you get down to it. And that rain, I was going to say, is really hammering down now. I can't emphasize to anyone how therapeutic this is doing this. I'm in my happy place. Love this. I should look up at some point how much I can't remember off the top of my head how much a regular Space Marine captain is, points wise I mean. So we'll do backpack as well. Doesn't take long to dry this Mephiston red. It's one of my favourite reds. Nice dark red. I like it. I love it actually. I can afford to be messy on this stage. So those of you looking in horror at what I'm doing, it's the first base coat layer, so I can afford to be messy, guys. But yeah, that's it is a good question, isn't it, about goodies and baddies. Actually, it could be good to see this in the daylight as well. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I might just stick with the one coat there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So a sip of coffee while I'm here. Frost and Fist say, awesome chat, Pete. I don't know what it is about me, but I always feel compelled to play the good guys. In fact, I have to. In games like Knights of the Old Republic, Fable, I remember that, and Infamous, where I have the option to be dark side, just the very idea of playing the dark side was completely unappealing to me. I know these are video games, but it's just an example of my personality. I know it sounds silly, but it's just who I am. Not silly at all. Oh yeah, and then again he puts on another comment. Wolf Brother Mephos, by the way. I really need to get better at signing these since there are two of us. Yep. Yeah, buddy. That's alright, I forget stuff too. I forget loads of stuff, so I wouldn't sweat it if I was you. But I just need to be here painting, knowing that you guys are going to be watching this at some point. It can get quite lonely out here sometimes of a night time. Not that I'm out here a lot of the time at night, but I have done nights like I'm doing now. It's just like dark outside in the rain and wind or whatever. Yeah, is there anybody else alive? Everybody in the world could have died and I wouldn't know about it. That's a cheery thought. I've only got one more comment left, so I'll leave that one for a bit. I'll work out what I'm going to do next. What I'm going to do. What I'm going to do. I could do some work on the Cadians. All the tanks. I think I'll do some work on the tanks. Lead Belcher. Lead Belcher is the order of the day here. I'm thinking I'm going to have to get another Lead Belcher soon. I think we'll be going through this quite quickly. It doesn't help, it's one of those pots that gets everywhere, no matter how careful you are. I always thin my metallics down with thinners. Right, find a, I was going to say decent brush, but I don't have any decent brushes here. Yeah. I'll try this one. I'll put the exhaust ports down, get them down. I know what I'm saying, I know what I mean. I may need to put another light on in a minute. In fact, I'm going to do it now. It's going to make it quite hot here for me, but you can't have too much light when you're doing these. I don't think. I've got the camera. I think it's on manual focus, so I figured I don't really need it to be constantly changing its focus, so I'll put it on manual. So if I need to focus it, I can do that manually, but I figure there's enough noise going on in the background without the lens aperture motor kicking in as well. So my daughter got her school exam results today. 4 A's, well 2 A's, 2 A pluses, A stars, whatever it is. The rest were B's. So we are going out to celebrate this weekend. Family, meal, and friends, close friends of ours that I want to say, you know, well done and that as well to my daughter. Now the world really is her oyster now. It's kind of cool. She's got a whole life ahead of her, and that's really cool. And it's good when you've got kids and you've made mistakes in life, and you look at your kids and you can kind of try and steer them away from the same sort of mistakes that you might have made. It's not it doesn't guarantee they'll listen to you, but it's good to try, I think. Okay, I was wondering. Well, I definitely want these to be silver too, I think. Hang on a second. They're not, are they, on the box? Tricky. Not on the box. I'll do these. It's weird, all I can hear is dehumidifier and rain hammering down against the roof. I suppose I want to check my phone for messages at some point. Yeah, maybe I will. Alright, so we've got the exhaust ports back of that one done. This one to do now. I'm just going to check my phone. Right, everything's cool there. My daughter's in the house. I'm going to make sure I have my phone in case you needed me for anything. It's not sort of whether you want to come traipsing out here, I can tell you. Well, she's back home watching a film, she said. Well, I said I'll come out and do some hobby stuff because I find it awesome. So I'm planning, I've got this one to do, this on the bench video, and I can upload it and schedule it for next week. That's that one done. I've got my wife's old car for sale on eBay, and I've put it on my Facebook as well. And yeah, I've kind of done a little mini video on my like personal YouTube and linked it on eBay, and I hope that's okay for people. I would imagine people do that sort of thing. If they don't, I don't know why. And with the proceeds of the sale of that car, I want to get mine sort of fixed up quite good. There's nothing drastically wrong with mine, but it's kind of overdue a service, and just a couple of bits and bobs, small stuff that needs doing. But it all mounts up, doesn't it, that kind of thing. As anyone that's got a car knows. What do they call it? The joys of motoring? It's not what I used to call it. Especially when I was younger. Call it the nemesis of motoring, you know. Hope I'm right. Right, that's his exhaust ports done. 2. So that's cool. That's really cool. Just gonna. Yeah, I looked at the box art just now because one came in a set and the other one I just got on a sprue from eBay. So it's good to have box art for that one. And so little smoke launcher things as not being silver, so that's kind of weird. Alright, next on the agenda, this Militarum gun. Yeah, I'm going to moot green the middle of it. I'm going to spray it, but looking at it thinking there's no real need to do that. And I'm not gonna thin the paint down for this. It's the first layer, and I'm gonna have to. There's not really that much detail to cover up on the centre part. Anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so my daughter's been going around town trying to get a job in a shop, like a part-time or Saturday work or something. They all said the same thing. No. Computer says no. You got a plan line. That's a shame. The olden days used to go around, hand your CV in. Most unhelpful. But that's all we're going to do tomorrow anyway. Do the online application thingamajig. I'm hoping there's going to be something I can apply for too. Just updated my CV, so that'll be good. You know, even when you don't get anywhere, it just kind of makes you feel like you're doing something productive, as it were. I know I'm kind of not expected to work anymore, but I want to. There must be someone out there that's a bit understanding. Okay, I think that's it. So I just need to give comparison a moment. So I'm going to leave that as it is there. Well, maybe that's going to be green too. A little bit of green. Oh yeah, I was saying on my other video, for one I've cancelled, bench bites. Now a couple of people have said they feel a bit nauseous at the intro of bench bites, my series, because it's like videos, the cameras all over the place. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to do a different intro, although the next episode is still going to have the old intro, so you just have to bear with me on that one. So one more episode with the old intro, and then we'll be in good shape. And you won't be feeling sick anymore. or you can watch it again, whatever way round it is. There we are. It's going to go on my Orc Bomber. It's going to be amazing. Phew-wee, it's starting to get hot in here now. It really is. Okay. Oh. Got a few more things to do on these guys. So I've got the blacks to do, I think. We might as well get on with it then, hadn't we? I'm looking in front of me because I've got a black. Oh, this will do. Vallejo black. I can't be bothered with searching for what's the word I'm looking for? I can't be bothered for searching for a battle black. Yes, that's the fellow. Get over there. Let's grab a piece of. Anyway, let's get the last comment out of the way. It was Tattoo for You. He said, "Putting her on the benches on always helps me get things done. My breaches are very close to completion, thanks to you." Ha! Well, that's good to hear, buddy. That is awesome to hear. As far as good or bad guys, I'm always rooting for the good. In role playing, I like to add the evil into my character, even if they are good. I want that dark past. I think it's mostly because in real life, I'm always told I'm too nice. I'd almost rather be walked on than to hurt another person's feelings. If that makes sense. Yes, it does actually. But in games, it's a way to shed the reality of life and be who or whatever you want. Sorry for a bit of a ramble. That's cool. I guess. Lol. I guess short answer, whichever one seems most fun at the time. Ha ha ha! Was it? Ha ha ha! Was it? Depends how evil you want to be. So is it a good laugh or an evil laugh? Is it? Mwah ha ha! I think I might be getting high on fumes or something here now, you know. My water's looking like a bloodbath, but gotta keep going with it. So that's my comments. Put them over there in case I need them again, but we're all good at the moment. So yeah. It's actually hot. Do you know it's so hot? I'm going to put the fan on. You've got enough noise going on in the background anyway, so I figure what's a bit more, you know? What's a bit more going to hurt, really? So I'm going to do some blacks. That's what we're going to do. Let's see how I go. With this brush. Now if I've done the blacks, I could base them, although I've got more highlights to do yet on the fatigues and whatnot, as you know from my tutorials. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just concentrating a bit there. Thinking I might switch brushes after all. Yeah, I might just do that. I'm going to give him black hair, I think. I'll just do this dude's hair. It's tricky on some of them to know what's hair and what's part of the headpiece. It's you've got to see it to know what I'm on about. So I'm pretty certain that's there. Yeah, I think that's right. So he's got black hair. That's pretty awesome. So that's one down. I'm going to switch brushes because that one is just not doing it for me. I've got these dudes to do. So Xandri Dust will be the first highlight on the fatigues, and then Xandri Dust down, then use Shafty Bone, I guess. Right, looking for brush. Right, 00. Should be okay with that. Things like boots and belts, you really don't need to thin down the paints unless they're oofingly thick. Depends on the paints as well. Which brings me nicely on to my next question. Those of you that like the painting side of things, this is the question for this episode. What is your favourite brand, make, company, model, manufacturer of paints for your models? When I say favourite, I don't mean cheapest, because what is your favourite brand that you prefer working with? And now I know different paints different with different manufacturers. Like, for instance, I could go to GW. And some of the paints, like one red, will be totally different from another red. But in generalistic terms, speaking generalistically, what is your favourite make of paint for your models? And if you wouldn't mind explaining to me why you favour said make. So why you prefer a certain make. And that's my question. So I've got the question in. Can't say I didn't. This is definitely a better brush. I can't believe it. We're approaching an hour already. It's craziness. I was hoping to do some gargoyles, but not on this episode. Of course, the lights are making it hotter here as well. Well, I say it's hot, but Can't not be hot with these lights. God, man. So I'm planning on doing more train journeys in the near future. Well, I didn't say in the near future, so might do a couple of more this year. Certainly next year. I'm planning on a train journey. So far, thus far, I'm planning on a train journey to Colours and to Games UK Expo, which is at the NEC. Let's got to find out what. Well, I may drive. So I don't know. We'll see. I may drive to one of them, but certainly for one I'm gonna get a train, I think. Right. Yeah, so what's your favourite makeup paint and why? Why is that your favourite makeup paint? I'll answer mine. I'll do mine. I've got two actually. My two favourite makes. You can have two favourites if you want. But I'm going to go for GW and Vallejo. Or Vallejo. I'm going to pronounce it correctly. Vallejo. But I like saying Vallejo. I like the GW ones because they're easy to follow for tutorials, because loads of people use them, and high percentage of people use them in their tutorials, so you can follow along easy. Not everyone, but you know. And I like the Vallejo paints because I just think they're great. I'll come back to GW in a minute. Let's move on to the Vallejo one. So I like their viscosity generalistically, and a wide range of colours. Okay, we'll switch back to GW. They have some amazing paints, especially technical stuff, and weathering stuff, and all that kind of good thing. You know, I think they're quite advanced, but ahead of their game. I don't like their pots, I gotta be honest. Well, I don't mind the shape of the pots, but I don't like the lids and the fact that they gunk up and all that kind of thing. I prefer the old pots, these. They just seem better to me. But I'm interested in hearing your favourite paints. I mean, it's a close call between Vallejo and P3. I say Vallejo because I've got more of them, and that's probably the only reason. Because the P3 ones I find are excellent. They go through airbrush nicely too. Anything that goes through an airbrush nice is a bonus for me. Ticks an extra box, so to speak. Yeah. I mean, obviously you still got to thin it down a bit, but yeah, it really is good. But then of course I've got the Vallejo Air range. They've got all that going for them as well. Dedicated paints. I don't think P3 have air paint range, but could be wrong. Did I do his boots? Shock horror, I didn't do his boots. How can I miss that? Am I getting tired? Maybe. I'm always tired. Always tired, always fatigued. You see the bags under my eyes? I'm constantly tired. I wake up in the morning feeling knackered. And I hate it. Yeah, that's better. Actually, I'll make his the handle of his sword black too. I'm not sure what colour to do his stripes though. May do them red, I don't know. It's only when you start doing things like this production line thing, you're picking up each model, like going around his feet doing the black, you're thinking, actually they're quite bad in terms of needing a clean up, you know. Got a lot of that last layer on his boots, and I shouldn't have. It's all good fun though. We are approaching the hour. I've got 5 more guys to do. These blacks are no 6 more guys to do after this one. Don't think I'm going to get there, but I might do. I haven't done quite as much Astra Militarum this month as I'd hoped, so if it was like a painting challenge, I would probably have failed this month anyway. Hey, you can't be on top of it all the time, right? Okay. No, you can up around here later. A black strap though. That's him though. So we've got the last 5 here. Oop. Caught up having a fight with a gargoyle. Easy boys, save it for the battle table. I just realised there's a guy I've got in the turret of my Lehman Russ, and I haven't even started painting him yet. I should have done. I could have included him with these guys, couldn't I? Got a heavy gun team to do at some point, so I'm wondering how I should paint them. Got a load of terrain to paint up, and I must get my act together with that, because you know, when the time comes I'm going to need terrain, and a lot of it, so I really need to get my act together with that. Terrain is good. We struggled with terrain making and painting. See, when I'm painting infantry, for instance, or vehicles, I can really lose myself in my imagination with how they're going to be how they're going to perform in the battle and all this kind of good stuff. Whereas if I'm doing terrain, it's just a building or a wall or whatever. It just doesn't fire my imagination. But I know the importance of terrain. So I absolutely must get some done. I might at least prime up some later on, so I can at least get that done. The least I can do. Another chain sword. Another thought. Oh, he's got stripes on his arm. Another thought of, ooh, I might do red stripes. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Oh, belt. Mustn't forget his belt. A little bit more. Right, 3 more guys. Although it's production, it's amazing how much time it takes to get it all done each stage, isn't it? Although it does save time, a lot of time I think, production line painting. Right, I'm just leaning on the bench at the moment, because this is on the bench after all. Okay, I think that's him done. I'm going to have to do a narrative campaign with Astra Militarum. I'm blown away by the latest mini wargaming campaign. The terrain, the scenery and boards they've got. Phenomenal. And although I don't think I could ever hope to get that standard in a million years, I like the idea that they employ, especially with the mobile the boards, 3 2x4 boards to make up the 6x4 table, the modular ones, because they like the 3D ones, you know, the hills and that. They've been using those mats for such a long time. I can understand why they've gone that route, but they've got the choice now, because they can always go back to mats anytime they want. They've certainly got enough of them. That's something I want to do as well, is showcase some mats. I've got a fat mat, the winter one, kind of snow. I'll showcase that at some point. That's Guy. Yeah, I'll showcase that at some point. And I've got just like a, I don't know, like a Martian cracked earth type dried up land one as well. That's vinyl. And although a lot of people prefer the mouse mats, I think I prefer the vinyl ones because they show up better on camera. They seem more vibrant somehow. So I'm going to showcase that as well at some point. We are so close to getting this bit finished. That'll be our on the bench, guys. We are about to do. We're narrowing it down now. The finish line is in sight. Right. And there we are. So glasses off, and I'm going to end it here. So thank you for joining me on this episode of On the Bench. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've had a real blast, and what more can I say? Thank you so much. I've got loads of stuff done there. A lot of laborious stuff. That Land Raider was quite laborious to do. It's just putting in the shade wash, and I'm going to go in and tidy it up later. I'm going to do some airbrushing now. I don't know, I could go on till morning, you know. I could do this stuff until I drop, wake up and carry on. That's what I feel like I want to do. I'm just going to keep going, get as much done as I can. See you on the next one, guys. Till next time, remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye.